Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Sports Dialogue podcast host, Paul Edwards.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sports Dialogue. My name is Paul Edwards. I'm your podcast host, and I'm here to discuss the NBA Finals. We have 4 games in the books thus far, and the New York Knicks lead the series 3-1. And it will be played in San Antonio tomorrow, Saturday, June 13th. So today is Friday, June 12th. So I'm here to discuss what occurred in Game 4 at the Garden, Madison Square Garden, and I'm going to discuss my feelings with regards to Game 5. But first, as always, I'm going to play for you a few sound bites of what I said before Game 4. Some of what I said. I said multiple things, but I'm going to play for you some of what I said. And then I'm going to come back. And before I come back, I'm also going to play you highlights of Game 4. And then I'm going to come back and discuss Game 4. Okay, here we go. The Knicks need to get 6 players in double figures. We need at least 2 players on the bench in double figures and all starters in double figures. So that'd be 7, but at least 6. If the Knicks can do that, they're very, very capable of doing it. I don't think the Knicks leave Madison Square Garden on Wednesday without being up 3-1. So I'm predicting that the New York Knicks will win Game 4 on Wednesday, and the Knicks will travel back to San Antonio up 3-1. The Spurs played really tough defense. You know, as I said in my comments before Game 3, the Knicks were having a tough time just getting into their offense because of that tough defense. And I think that the Knicks have to counter that. And my suggestion to Coach Brown and the Knicks coaching staff, my humble suggestion would be to counteract that tough defense and that pressure on Mr. Brunson getting the ball up, to play 2 point guards together at times, not the whole game, but at times. And that is Mr. Alvarado bringing the ball up and Mr. Brunson as the off guard. At times in Game 3, the Knicks kept it close despite that tough defense. That's a credit to the Knicks. But they're going to have to make some adjustments for Game 4. And I think, as I said previously, the first adjustment, I think, would be at times to insert Mr. Alvarado into the game along with Mr. Brunson. Put Alvarado at the point and Brunson at the off guard. So if they keep that pressure up on Mr. Alvarado, Brunson knows how to come get the ball. And when Brunson gets the ball, now they have to try to body him and double him. Corner him, he can get it back to Mr. Alvarado. So we have 2 options to get us into the offense. That's my point. I don't believe they'll be able to stop both facilitators, both point guards, from getting us into the offense.
And he's going to have to exceed that number here tonight with Towns on the bench with 2 fouls already. And Anunoby comes off a screen and knocks down a 3. His shooting has been sensational in the playoffs.
Yeah, there's no way to have it more physical than we've seen the first 3 games, as we've seen the first quarter. You got to be able to still make decisions with a calm mind and poise and composure while also being aggressive and physical, because it's not going to go anywhere.
I think the coach.
He's stronger than he even looks. And then that left hand of his, he just has the ability to navigate through that lane.
And Anunoby, nice turnaround. Jump shot is good. And Anunoby, 14 points.
We've got to do a better job of hitting first, have a higher point of confrontation, and then he said do a better job on the pick and roll so they don't give up the 3s if they give up. He said the goal to cut it by to 7.
The Spurs, though, got to love to see. That's what Johnson does best. He has not had a great playoff series. Anunoby with the flush. And giving the Knicks fans some hope right now.
That's the theme for the Knicks here. If they want to try to cut into this deficit and make this game at all interesting down the stretch. Nice patience by John.
Bridges up top. Anunoby tries another three. Anunoby hits another three. That's his fourth. Down to 19. 10 straight points by the Knicks. Brunson to Anunoby. Another strong offensive game for Anunoby. Looking, steps back, tries a three-pointer. Shot bounces around and drops in. 5 3-pointers for Anunoby. Knicks in the penalty from here on in. The Spurs have yet to commit a foul here in the fourth quarter.
And Knicks going with Alvarado and Brunson.
Anunoby, three-pointers good. 6 3-pointers for Anunoby. Brunson picked up by Wimby. Towns has it. Right side Alvarado off the bounce. Corner three. Anunoby. Bang! 4-point game. Timeout San Antonio.
For Jalen Brunson, allow him to operate at the top. 101.
Brunson gets it. Fires up a three. Shot no good. The tip. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. With 1.2 remaining. Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby, and it's 107-106. The one that inbounded, nobody guarded him, and he went right to the rim. Perfect timing. But now the Spurs have a chance. De'Aaron Fox cross court. Champagnie lines up the three-pointer, can't get it. Bryant couldn't quite tip the rebound. Brunson in the open floor, drives inside, uses the backboard. Fox putting some pressure on Brunson. Brunson leans in, trying to draw the foul, still knocks down the shot. Brunson getting in a bit of a rhythm. Castle to Cornette. Brunson with the steal, pushes it ahead. Castle behind him. Brunson stops, layup, bank shot's good with the right hand. That was the first turnover for the Spurs. The whole Spurs team have been in good rhythm, still shooting 64%. Castle inside. Porty may have gotten a piece of it. Knicks look to push. Brunson trying to go coast to coast, switches to the right hand. Mitch Johnson quickly calls timeout. It's amazing how quiet the crowd is right now. Hart missed it, but gets his own rebound. Knicks missing free throws now. Brunson tries a three-pointer. He gets that one to go. Crowd trying to cheer. They try to let's go Knicks chance moments ago. Anything to get their team going.
The best hands. Like, it's Jokic, in my opinion, and then Wimby. To tip it to himself with such grace as Brunson knocks down a pull-up.
And right now, Mike Brown doesn't mind those quick threes by the Spurs. Even if they go in, you want to speed this game up to give your team more possessions.
Brunson tries a three-pointer. That's good. Mitch Johnson needs a timeout. The crowd has come alive.
We always say, who's the most famous person in the building? Jay-Z is usually the answer. I'm not sure, though, about tonight.
And Brunson drew the foul. Counted and one. Jalen Brunson felt the contact, a chance for a three-point play.
Still trying to get back in front of Brunson, feels the contact, throws it up.
He was leaning in, trying to draw the foul. Brunson has it, shot clock at 4. Brunson gets inside, right-handed off the glass, it's good. And it's a 7-point game. Brunson with Wimby on him, drives, pulls back. Shot clock at 5. Brunson fires up a three. Puts it in! 1-point game! Shot clock at 6. Castle on him now. Brunson, stutter dribble. Drives inside. Goes up, floaters up. It's good! The Knicks take the lead with 1:22 remaining.
Okay, so you saw some of what I said before Game 4 that were keys for the Knicks. And what I said regarding Mr. Alvarado and Brunson being played together. And, I think that I'll start with the benefits of Mr. Alvarado and Mr. Brunson playing together. And I told you why in the video, why I thought that was necessary, because there was too much pressure on Mr. Brunson himself. But it's tough to handle that kind of pressure for all those minutes. So I think that Mr. Alvarado can handle the ball. So I knew that it would take some of the pressure off of Mr. Brunson. And we'd have two facilitators, two point guards. So I didn't think they could stop both point guards from getting, the New York Knicks into our offense. And that, as I said, to get the ball into OG, Bridges, and the other players, and Robinson and Cad, and run our stuff. And it actually bear fruit. Mr. Alvarado, I saw the tide of the game change in the Knicks' favor. And obviously, so did Mike Brown. He made the move, and then he left them in there. So he saw and when I say Mr. Brown, I mean Mr. Brown and the coaching staff. They saw the tide change. They left him in with Mr. Brunson for quite some time in critical moments. And Mr. Alvarado, he was 3 for 4. Had 4 shots and made 3. And 3 of those shots were from three-point land, and he made 2 of them. So he was 3 for 4 overall and 2 for 3 from the three-point land, while relieving some of that pressure off of Mr. Brunson because, he would handle the ball. So I thought that was a very smart move on behalf of Coach Brown and the coaching staff. So let's take a look at the box score, and we'll start with the New York Knicks. And as what I said was, I thought the New York Knicks, I said that the New York Knicks had to shoot 47% overall from the field goal percentage, which is if you take 10 shots, you're making 4.7, which is close to 5. You round up. If you're over 4.5, you should be at 5, 50%, but we'll be specific. They were at 47%. And that's what I said they should be. And they shot 46.2%. So they were almost there at the 47%. And I said that they needed to shoot 39% from three-point range to be successful. And they exceeded that. They shot 46.9%. I said 39% plus. And they shot the plus side of that, 46.9%. So they were right on the mark there. They made in game 3, they made 13 3-point shots, and they lost in game 3. But in game 4, they made 15 3-point shots, and they won. So they shot well from 3, and they shot pretty good overall, 46.2. But 47% is pretty good. And I think that's where they needed to be the win. I think their areas of opportunity to get better is on the foul line. One of the areas. They were 71.4%. And I said that they needed to get better on the foul line, and they still need to get better going forward. They made 20 of 28 foul shots. So that's 8 points left on the table. They need to be up about, I'm a 85, 90%. I mean, now you're talking. You're cooking with grease if you do that. And I felt that they needed to limit their turnovers. They had 13 turnovers in game 3, and they had 13 turnovers again in game 4. And that's, a result of, I believe, that tough defense, that San Antonio causing that. And there was in game 3, I did see some unforced errors. So San Antonio didn't cause all of them. I didn't see as many in game 3. I saw the more unforced errors by the Knicks in terms of turnovers. I didn't see as many unforced turnovers in game 4 as I did in game 3. So that San Antonio Spurs defense, it's tough, as I've always said. And I did say the Knicks needed to get all 5 starters in double figures and 2 bench players in double figures, and that did not happen. We had, thank God, we had 1, 2, 3 players in double figures, and Mr. Alvarado had 8, so that wasn't double figures. So we had 1, 2, 3 players. But thank the Lord, if you're a Knicks fan, OG had 33 points, and Jalen Brunson had 36 points. Cat had 13 points, but he was very efficient. And we'll talk about that in a little while. He was very efficient, and he was in foul trouble. So they didn't get the 5 starters and at least 2 bench players in double figures, and we'll talk about that going forward in game 5. And so let's turn to the Spurs and see what they did. I said that they needed to win. They needed to get Wimby his 30 points or close to it, and 5 other players in double figures. So Wimby had 24 points, so he wasn't as close to the 30 points as he would like to be, or I think they need to be for San Antonio to win. And then players in double figures, they had 1, 2, 3, 4 other players in double figures, not 5 other players, which I said they needed. I said they needed a total of 6+ in double figures, which they've gotten in the past. And Mr. Champagne, great player, but he had 5 points in game 4. So had he been in double figures, that's another 5 points there. They lost by 1. And that's not a knock on Mr. Champagne. I'm just doing my analysis. I mean, he's a great player. There's no question about that. So Mr. Champagne, I believe you're a great player. I'm just doing my analysis. The Spurs didn't get Wimby close to 30, and didn't get the 5 other players with Wimby in double figures. And I think I've said that's their recipe for success, the Spurs. Let's look at how they shot it. In game 3, they shot 46%, from overall field goal percentage, which they won game 3. And in game 4, they shot 41.9. So that was a drop downward. I felt that they needed to be consistent. And the 41.9%, I thought that's where they're going to shoot in game 3. So they surprised me. They shot 46% in game 3, but although they started out hot in game 4, they wound up around the 41.9, which is around the 40%, which is where I thought they would be in game 3. They did shoot it better in game 4 from 3-point land. They were hot in the first half from 3-point land, 39.5%, but they cooled down quite a bit. And in game 3, they shot 35%. So they shot a better 3-point percentage in the game they lost, which is game 4. Their turnovers, they turned the ball over 11 times, which is not a good thing to turn the ball over 11 times. So you can see that the Spurs did not hit the marks that I've always said they need to hit to win. So what I'm going to do next is, before the series started, I did some matchups, potential matchups. I didn't know, I'm not coaching, so I didn't know for sure what the matchups were going to be. But I did it based upon, if I were coaching, who I would match up against who. And I'm going to look at 2 of the matchups. I gave the edge. I matched up OG and Vassell, and I gave the edge to OG. I matched up Mr. Brunson and Fox, and I gave the edge to Mr. Brunson. So I'm going to just play quickly for you a little video clip of what I said regarding those matchups, and then I'm going to come back and take a look at, discuss, see if I was right or wrong so far. Okay, so I'm going to play that for you now. Okay, so let's take a look forward to the New York Knicks versus the Spurs. I think that I'm just going to kind of match up a little bit. I'm not coaching, so I don't know what the player matchups are going to be, so I'm just going to speculate a little bit. I think you'll see Brunson and De'Aaron Fox matching up against each other. Both very talented ball players. I think Fox is a very good player. There's no question about it. But I will give the edge to Jalen Brunson in that matchup. The next matchup, so that's one edge for New York, in my opinion. The next matchup would be Wimby and Cat. Then I think you'll probably see OG on Vassell. I think that I would give that edge to OG. I would say that I would put Hart on Castle, because Castle's a very explosive player. And Hart, he's got a big heart. There's no question about that. He can defend, he can rebound, He hustles. He can ignite a team without scoring. And Castle is a very good scorer. I'm tempted to give the edge to Hart, but I'm fair. So I would say that one is even. But Hart definitely with hustle, defense, rebounding, igniting a team has the edge. But overall, so that matchup may be even. Then we have Champagny. In my opinion, I would give that edge to Bridges. Okay, so you saw what I said with respects to the OG Vassell matchup and the Brunson Fox matchup. And right now, let's take a look at what OG did in game one and what Mr. Vassell did in game one. OG had 17 points, Vassell had 9 points. In game two, OG had 17 points, Vassell had 14 points. In game three, OG had 28 points, Vassell had 11 points. In game four, OG had 33 points, Vassell had 18 points. So, from an offensive standpoint, the edge, I think I was correct there. The edge has gone to OG. No disrespect to Mr. Vassell. He's a great player. There's no question about it. And he's in double figures all 4 games except in the first game, and he had 9 points. He was 1 point away from double figures. He's a defender. He hustles. But you see OG on defense, coming up with big blocks, big rebounds. So, I think OG, as I said, would have the edge and has played that way thus far. There's still game 5 to go. It's first 1 to 4, and it's only 3-1. So no one has won 4 games as yet. And let's take a look at Mr. Brunson and Mr. Fox. In game 1, Mr. Brunson had 30 points. Mr. Fox had 7 points. In game 2, Mr. Brunson had 20 points. And Mr. Fox had 20 points. In game 3, Mr. Brunson had 32 points. Mr. Fox had 12 points. In game 4, Mr. Brunson had 36 points. Mr. Fox had 18 points. So, you can see that outside of game 2, where they both scored 20 points, Mr. Brunson has scored, in game 1, 3, and 4, 30, 32, and 36. While Mr. Fox has scored 7, 12, and 18 in 1, 3, and 4. So I would give the offensive edge there to definitely to Mr. Brunson on that matchup. So I think I was thus far correct. And if you look at Mr. Brunson in game 4, I hear a lot, they're saying that Mr. Brunson's not shooting well. He's taking a bunch of shots to get his points. I mean, in game 4, the numbers are saying a little difference. He shot 48% overall. That's almost 50%. That's almost half of his shots he made. And from three-point land, he shot 42.9%, which is 43%. So, I think that's pretty efficient on 36 points. So when I hear, he's taking a bunch of shots to get his points, the numbers are, he shot 25, took 25 shots, but he made 12, which is almost half. I'll take that any day. OG in game 4, he was 10 of 15, 66.7%, 10 of 15, which means he took 15 shots, made 10. And then he was 7 of 9 from 3, which is 77.8%. So that is tremendous shooting. And Mr. Towns, he was in foul trouble. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. But, he was 4 for 5. 80% and 1 for 1 from 300%. He just needs to get more shots up. We'll talk about that coming shortly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play you a little bit about what I said earlier in the playoffs about Karl Anthony Towns and his scoring versus facilitating. And then I'm going to come back and take a look at what he's done. I do believe, though, my suggestion is taper that just a little bit. We need you. My opinion is we as a Knicks fan, the Knicks need you to score. need Mr. Towns to drive the ball to the basket. Very capable of driving the ball to the basket and scoring. And he's certainly capable of hitting that three-point shot. We need you to score, Mr. Towns, and you are extremely capable of scoring. Yes, facilitate. But, being the facilitator will bear more fruit if they're worried about you scoring. If they just know that you're going to post up, get the ball, and look to pass it, they're not going to push up on you. They're going to lag back a little bit and try to cut off the passing lanes for people diving. And the problem is that the ball, while you're looking to facilitate, the ball is sticking a little bit. It's not moving. So I would suggest that Mr. Towns, make them pay. Show them that you can score. Okay, you saw what I said about Cat being a facilitator or a scorer. I felt he needed to be a scorer. And if we take a look at what he's done in this particular series, in game one, he scored 18 points, and the Knicks won in San Antonio. In game two, he scored 21 points in San Antonio, and the Knicks won. In game three, there was a drop-off in scoring, 11 points, and the Knicks lost. And as I said, in game four, although he had 13 points, he was very efficient. I think absent the foul trouble, I think he would have been up around 20 points, just like in game one and game two. As I said, he was 4 or 5 from the field for 80% in game four, and 1 of 1 from three-point land. That's 100%. So, I think that going forward in game five, I think that one of the things that I believe the Knicks have to do to win, first of all, they have to come out with strong intensity in game five. The reason why I think game five in San Antonio is very important is San Antonio have shown that they can win at the Garden. And, absent that historical comeback, they could have won 2 at the Garden. But they won 1. So I think everyone would agree that they have shown that they can win at the Garden. Not that they're going to win at the Garden. I didn't say that. There's a difference. They've shown that they can win at the Garden. And the Knicks have shown that the Knicks can win in San Antonio. Knicks won 2 games in San Antonio. So there's no question that the Knicks can win in San Antonio. So why give San Antonio a chance to come back to the Garden to even give him any chance of winning at the Garden, which they've shown they can do? So that's why I believe the Knicks have to come out with intensity and take this opportunity in game five to not even let it come back to the Garden. The Knicks can win in San Antonio, and here are my keys. I think back to Cat. I think Cat has to, they're playing tough defense on Cat. I mean, when he's on the perimeter, he's a shooter that needs to have his feet set and a little bit of space to knock down that three. And they're not bringing Wimby out on him most of the time. They're keeping perimeter players on him, whether it's Castle, whether it's Vassell, whether it's, Champagny. And they're closing the airspace on him. And then, he's smart. He pump fakes up, he puts it on the floor, drives to the hole. But then oftentimes Wimby is lurking in the paint to give support. So even when he beats the primary defender, you have Wimby there. So it's very, very, very tough on Cat. I think they're going to make it tougher on OG. If I were coaching the Spurs between game 4 and 5, I'd be making some adjustments for OG. He scored 28 points in game 3 and 33 points in game 4. I'm definitely making some adjustments for OG. So I'm assuming that they're going to make some adjustments, they meaning the Spurs, defensively on OG. Hopefully that would free up some of the pressure on Cat, because they only have 5 players. So if you're going to bring an additional help to OG, somebody's going to be loose. And I think that that's going to present an opportunity for Mr. Bridges. And he's very capable, as I said. He needs to get up in that 20-point range in game 5, in my opinion, Mr. Bridges. And he will, because I do think they're going to try to bring some double pressure or help defense on OG. Obviously, you know what they're going to try to do to Mr. Brunson, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, Mr. Bridges, I think, is a good area of opportunity for you in game 5 to light it up. And I know that you will. Let it fly. So I think that the Knicks have to shoot it 48% from the field. I think that's where they need to be. And I think they need to be 39% plus, at least 39%. I'd like to see them 45% from three-point land, but at least 39%. And they need to get all 5 starters in double figures. That is key. All 5 starters got to get in double figures. I'm not saying that OG's got to get 30, but we have to get all 5 players in double figures for the Knicks to win, I think. And in addition to that, the Knick bench. The Knick bench has been such a key component of their success in the playoffs. And the Knick bench in games 3 and 4 hasn't shot it. And they've played tough defense. They come in, they sell out on defense. There's no question about that. But they have not shot it the way I know they can, the way I've seen they can do it. You know, the Knicks collectively as a bench in game 5, we need to get 2 players, at least 2 players in double figures. And everyone on that bench that comes in needs to score. It's time for the bench to get back to the shooting that they've displayed in these playoff series. If we can do that, I believe that the Knicks, and if the Knicks can play, I think, get back to that Alvarado and Brunson when that pressure gets tight. You know, the San Antonio Spurs are going to come out with that pressure. And at times, Mr. Alvarado and Mr. Brunson together, so we can get into that offense, get the ball to Cat, get the ball to Brunson, get the ball to Mr. Bridges, and Brunson off the ball. Because if they're doubling Alvarado to get the ball, or bodying him up, and Brunson comes off the ball, maybe Brunson doesn't have to beat 3 players. Maybe he just has to beat 2, and he's capable of it. And Mr. Hart, you know, he just has to keep playing with that big heart of his. And if anybody that's on him lags off, nail it. Let it fly. Bring it all together in game 5, Knicks. This is your opportunity. The intensity level needs to be high, but be on a level plane. Don't get super high because, you know, you may have to play a game 6. If you get too high, it's hard to bring that level back. Stay on that even playing intensity level. Every game, it's the same intensity level. Not too high, not too low. That's where the Knicks need to be. And I think they will. So I do think that for the Spurs on their side, you know, Wimby has to get close to 30. They do have to get 5 other players in double figures. I think for them to win, they need 6 or 7 players in double figures and Wimby close to 30. And you know they're going to play that tough defense. I don't think that you're going to see those young, hungry players in San Antonio quit. I don't think you're going to see that. I definitely don't think you're going to see them quit. But the Knicks have to play, as I said, you know, get 5 starters in double figures. The bench has to play well and get 2 players in double figures. Have to shoot it 48% and 39% plus from 3. Limit your turnovers. Cut down those turnovers lower than 13. And make your foul shots. Knicks have to make their foul shots. If they do that, you know, the Knicks will celebrate in San Antonio. Certainly, and win game 5. You know, and obviously celebrate when they get back to New York with a parade. So those are my thoughts on game 5. I've told you what I think the Spurs have to do to win. I've told you what I think the Knicks have to do to win. And as always, please remember to exercise. If you're of a certain age, please remember to get your doctor's approval before you exercise. Exercise is good for the mind and the body, no matter what your age. Do it lightly, but be consistent with it. And I just want to share with you, as always, I'm going to also play you a promo of the book release that's coming soon. So as always, I hope that everyone is enjoying the podcast. I hope it's informative. I have fun doing it, or else I wouldn't do it. And I thank you for joining. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you, and God bless you.
The Truth Plan shows us how to help to eliminate the inequities in affordable housing, unemployment, healthcare, education, the media, small businesses, access to capital, and much more. The Truth Plan also shows us how the elimination of these inequities also benefits the higher income community. The goals and objectives for equity are crucial in addressing the disparities that exist in our society. A primary focus must be on eliminating the racial, wealth, and equity gaps that disproportionately affect low-income and minority communities. This involves a comprehensive approach that includes ensuring access to affordable housing, improving employment opportunities, and enhancing healthcare access for underrepresented groups. By prioritizing these areas, we can create a more equitable foundation for all individuals, regardless of their background or economic status.
The Truth Plan is a self-help plan to eliminate the racial, wealth, and equity gap that exists between the low-income, the middle-income, the Black and brown communities, and the higher-income communities. The Truth Plan believes that all communities should prosper. The success of the Truth Plan will help to eliminate the inequities between the aforementioned communities in the areas of affordable housing, unemployment, healthcare, education, the media, small businesses, access to capital, and more. The higher income communities will also benefit. Prosperity for all. Never settle for less.